Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Honored guests, welcome to this morning's Convocation ceremony as we celebrate our graduates in the Bachelor of Science in Nursing degree program from our Faculty of Health and Community Studies. Before I proceed, I just want to take a moment to acknowledge this very talented group of individuals standing behind me under the direction of Raymond Buree. They comprise the MacEwan University Baz Jan. Let's give a big round of applause. We will commence our convocation ceremony in just a couple of moments, but I've been sent out here to kind of do a couple of house cleaning items, I guess, to get us in preparation for the ceremony today. As you can appreciate, the Winspear Center is a very acoustically responsive hall, and it is therefore we ask that if you are carrying any electronic devices that you take a moment now to turn them off, or at minimum put them on vibrate, and leave them in that state for the duration of this morning's ceremony. We have also arranged for a professional photographer to take photo of the graduates as they are walking across the stage and are receiving their parchments, and graduates, as they will be at that time, will have the opportunity to obtain those photographs, and they will be given information about how to do that in the weeks following today's event. When you were coming in this morning, I suspect that you probably noticed that there are a couple of major backdrops just near the front doors that can be used, and we certainly encourage you to use those to take pictures of your families with your graduates and at the conclusion of today's ceremony. And if you wish to take photographs during the presentations this afternoon and them receiving their parchments, you're certainly welcome to do so. We have this area just off to your right in front of the stage, my left, where you're welcome to congregate, and we'd ask that you do that about 10 people or so in advance of when your graduate is expected to cross the stage, just to kind of help with congestion in that area. There will be ushers available to guide you through that area as appropriate. And then we'd ask that once you have completed taking your photos that you return to your seat, again, just to help with the kind of the traffic flow in that particular area. With that said, and as I just mentioned, we're just a couple of moments away from the start of our ceremony this morning, but I do think we have a little bit more time to hear at least one more musical selection from the MacEwan University Jazz Band. So please enjoy.
I'm gonna live till I die. I'm gonna laugh instead of cry. I'm gonna take the town and turn it upside down. I'm gonna live, live, live till I die. They're gonna say, what a gal. I'm gonna play for the stars. Ain't gonna miss a thing. I'm gonna have a fling. I'm gonna live, live, live till I die. The blues I lay low, I'll make them stay low. They'll never trail over my head. I'll be a devil till I'm an angel, but until then, hallelujah, gonna dance, gonna fly. I'll take a chance, riding high. Before my number's up, I'm gonna fill my cup. I'm gonna live, 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 live till I die. Blues I lay low, I make them stay low. They'll never trail over my head. I'll be a devil till I'm an angel, but until then, hallelujah, gonna dance, gonna fly. I'll take a chance, riding high. Before my number's up, I'm gonna fill my cup. I'm gonna live, live, live till I die.
Once again, let's give a big round of applause to the MacEwan University Jazz Band. Again, ladies and gentlemen, honored guests, if you are able, I'd ask that you please now rise. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce to you Pat Roddick, a faculty member in our Bachelor of Science in Nursing program, Faculty of Health and Community Studies. Ms. Roddick is carrying a university mace, which was donated to the university in 1997 by its namesake, Dr. Grant MacEwan. It became the official mace in 2008. It is especially meaningful to our university as this was a walking stick that was hand-carved by Dr. MacEwan. Further information on the mace and other convocation traditions can be found in the program which you received when you came into the concert hall this morning. And at this time, I'd ask that you please remain standing now for our academic processional.
Good morning, graduands, distinguished guests, members of the stage party, faculty, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mike Sekulich, University Registrar and Marshal of Convocation. Please remain standing and, in respect, remove all hats except mortar boards for the singing of our national anthem led by Ms. Shannon Hunt. Please be seated. Thank you, Ms. Hunt. I declare MacEwan University Convocation open. It is intended to honor our 2014 graduates. We are honored to have you present with us on this occasion. The word convocation comes from the Latin word convoco, which means to call together by summons. It is traditionally used in connection with an ecclesiastical or academic gathering. Convocations are called for the conferring of degrees, diplomas, certificates, for special announcements, and for the recognition of outstanding achievement. So it is today that we call colleagues and friends together to honor MacEwan University's graduates and award recipients for Spring 2014 Convocation. And now, for the invocation, I call upon Mr. Ray Khan, student member of our Board of Governors.
Thank you, Mike. Good morning. It is my privilege today to read the invocation. Through learning, we flourish and help others to flourish. We stand here today on the brink of an important change for ourselves and for the world. Inspired by the past, we now step forward to transform the future. Engaging with others, we cherish the diversity of experience within our communities and ourselves. Through perseverance, we excel. Through compassion, we connect. Through creativity, we thrive. Through knowledge, we grow. Through all this and more, let us forge a legacy to nurture, to inspire, to endure. Moved by the Spirit, strong in our knowledge, we move out into the world with open arms, open mind, and open heart. We pledge to leave the world better than we found it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Khan. I will now introduce members of the stage party. Members of the stage party, please remain standing once you've been called. Audience, I would ask that you please hold your applause until everyone has been introduced. I would like to start with Board of Governors Chair, Mr. John Day, President, Dr. David Atkinson, Provost and Vice President Academic Dr. John Corlett, and Academic Governance Council Vice Chair Mr. Chris Hancock. Now, would members of our Board of Governors please rise? Vice Presidents and Associate Vice Presidents, please rise. Now, Deans, Associate Deans, and members of the University's Administration, Associate Registrars, Academic Directors, please rise. Representatives of each of our associations, faculty, staff, student, and Alumni Advisory Council also stand. I now ask our mace bearer and award recipients to stand and be recognized. Joining us today are members of our academic faculty and our staff. Will all faculty and staff of the university please stand? Ladies and gentlemen, this is your stage party. This is your university. Please join me now in acknowledging them with a round of applause. Please be seated. And now, it is my pleasure to call upon Board Chair Mr. John Day to bring greetings on behalf of MacEwan University's Board of Governors.
Thank you, Mike. Very happy to be here today. Welcome, everyone, and thank you so much for coming. My name is John Day, and I serve the university as the chair of the Board of Governors. I'm very happy to be with you today, and before I begin, I want to recognize my fellow board members who are here today, Dr. Stuart Hamilton and Ray Kahn. Our Board of Governors is very important to our institution, especially in evolving young university like we are, and they contribute mightily to our university. So thank you so much for all that the board does for our university. I'd also like to welcome our special on-stage guests who will be introduced a little bit later, and the friends and families of our graduates. Your presence in the lives of our students has helped them get to this point, and we commend you mightily for it. Convocation is the perfect time to celebrate our students and recognize their achievements. We have students about to head off to graduate schools around the world. Others are about to begin careers that come as a result of their hard work and dedication to their studies. Still others are participating in research in all disciplines and receiving grants to support their work. We have students and alumni writing books, winning awards, traveling the world, and helping out in the community. This is life at MacEwan University. It has been your life as students, and it will continue to be your life as alumni. My hope is that even after today's celebrations, you will follow the news from our university, just as we hope you will share your news with your Alumni Relations Office. Recently, we've been in the headlines for the new Center for Arts and Culture building that will begin construction this fall. The new building will allow us to move forward in our downtown campus strategy to consolidate operations at our city center campus. It's exciting news, not only for the Faculty of Fine Arts and Communication students, but also for the entire university community. The Center for Arts and Culture will be something to behold. Designed by architect Bing Tom, the new campus will be open in the fall of 2017. And it will be a place that will enhance the university experience for all of our students. The Center for Arts and Culture is a testament to our commitment to making our community a bit better place. By striving to create spaces in downtown Edmonton that are both practical and beautiful, we reflect our forward-thinking community and our shared desire to build our downtown. As a developer in the city, I've seen the changes over the years. Since the construction of the city center campus over 20 years ago, MacEwan University has shown it's serious about city building, and this is just the beginning. But as someone whose career is built on developing spaces for people, I know a building is so much more than simply bricks and mortar. The structures we create only come to life through the people who live, work, and learn inside them. Of course, great buildings define a city, but it's the people for whom these buildings are constructed that are the city's and the building's beating heart. Our new building is about providing spaces for our students and faculty as they pursue any number of creative and academic endeavors. Our new building is a gateway to our neighboring communities and a hub for people throughout the city, including all of you here today. Our growing and evolving campus builds on our framework for knowledge and education. And celebrating education is the entire reason that we're here today. Every one of you has dedicated hundreds, if not thousands of hours towards your degree, your diploma, or your certificate. That education began before you came to university. Some of you arrived from high school, while others went straight into the workforce and experienced the first part of your professional education on the job. A university education is about finding clarity and passion and defining your future. Sometimes the inspiration of your life journey happens while you're getting your education. Other times it happens out in the world. We have students like my niece, Christine Craik. While experiencing the most challenging set of circumstances any parent could imagine, Christine was inspired to witness the impressive spirit of the nursing field. She was so inspired, she decided to return to school life and receive her Bachelor of Science in Nursing and Midlife. Your family is so proud of you, Christine, like all other families are for their graduates here today. Martin Luther King is quoted as saying, "Intelligence plus character, that is the goal of true education." I hope in your time at MacEwan University you've achieved both. Your intelligence is what you know and how you use it. Your character is an accumulation of all you've experienced to make you who you are. Whatever stage of your life you were in when you came to university, now you're entering into a new stage with hundreds of other graduates. You're moving out into the community, honing your skills, picking up new ones, because education is not a finite process. To stop educating yourself is to simply stop growing. This applies to our university as well. This institution will continue to grow as it moves towards its 50th anniversary in 2021. We remain focused on providing the best for our students and the best return on investment for our stakeholders. We will continue to grow and mature just as you will, and together we will work to leave the world a little bit better place than we found it. I know the education you've received will serve you well. But remember, a university education is about the potential to become better. It's about giving you the tools to succeed. It won't automatically make you better, but it is giving you the skills to figure out how to do that. I know many of you will do amazing things in our community and beyond, and I really encourage you to give back to your community. And I must say, our speaker yesterday, our distinguished service award winner, highlighted just exactly how much students at MacEwan are already doing in the community, and I was very impressed by that. I look forward to seeing what each of you can do to make it better. It's been no secret that MacEwan University wants to provide the best for its students, the best learning experience, the best faculty members, the best resources and opportunities, and the best facilities. We also want to create a place that you, our alumni, can return to. The doors of our university are wide open, and not simply to release you out into that great wide world ahead, but to give you a place to come back to, and we hope you do. Congratulations, graduates. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Board Chair Day. I would like to now call upon MacEwan University's President, Dr. David Atkinson, to address today's graduands.
Mr. Board Chair, members of the Board of Governors, distinguished guests, faculty and staff, friends, and on this occasion, always our graduates. Welcome everyone to Spring Convocation for 2014. Convocation is the most important event of the university calendar, signaling as it does both an ending and a beginning. It is an ending in that you, our graduates, are finishing your studies here at MacEwan. It is a beginning because what you have achieved at MacEwan is the beginning of something else, as we hope you build on what you have learned here. I wish to recognize and to congratulate all of you. We are proud of what you have accomplished, for there is no better measure of a university's success than the success of its students. Many of you have family and friends here today, and we recognize them for how they have supported you over the last number of years and for how they are here today to help celebrate with you the important achievement Convocation represents. I do as well have some particular comments for parents. Your student, you will be pleased to know, is finally off the family payroll. Always gets applause, doesn't it? But even better, we hope, out of the basement. But here, though, I need to temper my remarks by mentioning what one of our Distinguished Citizen Award recipients said in a ceremony several days ago, that in fact not all graduates right away move out of the basement. And so here I speak directly to you, all you graduates, one message: pay rent. Yes. Convocation is when we stop for a moment to celebrate the university's achievements, to remember its importance and what we aspire to do here, and on this occasion to recognize the achievements of you, our students. This is at once an exciting and momentous day. It's a day not to be forgotten. Universities are about tradition, as everyone who works and teaches at MacEwan University and who studies here makes a contribution to our evolving history. We dress up in these rather strange medieval robes for a reason. They connect us with history and to its continuity. To remember and to be part of MacEwan's history is important. But this is not about hanging on to the past. Rather, it is about the excitement of building new things on the achievements of the past. And here at MacEwan University, we have been marching down an exciting path which will define MacEwan for the future, a new vision for the institution, a new set of goals, and of course, a new strategic plan. What these reaffirm is that MacEwan is a university which defines comprehensiveness in a different way. Hundreds have been involved in this exercise: faculty, staff, students, members of the board, our community supporters, and it is their collective wisdom that has shaped the exciting possibilities for MacEwan in the future. Even though we enthusiastically embrace our future as a university, we must never forget our past and all those who worked so hard to make MacEwan University the institution we know and in which we believe. We recognize our faculty and staff, each of whom contributes to our university. Universities are about people coming together, and in doing so, they share a single ambition: to learn. The first-year student and the most senior professor have a single common goal, driven as it is by what perhaps most characterizes us as human beings: the need to know and to understand. The coming year will be an important one for us as MacEwan University continues to assert and to celebrate its identity as Edmonton's downtown university, and to contribute to the city which for the last 40 years has supported MacEwan so well and has provided us with a home. Just as Edmonton has done so much for MacEwan, the university has a responsibility to make real and lasting contributions to our city. And most certainly we do. We provide facilities and programming to the community. We contribute to the local economy. We make Edmonton an attractive place for people. And we reach out to our students and faculty to engage the community and to make it a better place for everyone. MacEwan University enjoys a special place in the hearts and the minds of Edmontonians. It enjoys a connectedness to community which it values and which it must continue to nurture. The most important thing we do, however, is graduate the students who themselves provide the human capital that will drive and enhance the future of our city, our province, and our country. It is you, our graduates, who will make the world better. And in so doing, we encourage you to experience the greater world in which you live. No person should live in isolation. We're all connected, and we hope that you take from your time here an appreciation of the different and differing perspectives that enrich the world in which we all live. The last few months have been very important for MacEwan as we move ahead with centralizing our operations on the city centre campus. At the end of August, our South Campus, which has served us so well, will close, and we will welcome its faculty, staff, and students to the city centre campus. And in September, as Board Chair Day said, we will begin the next major stage of MacEwan's development on the city centre campus. And here, if I could pause for a moment to stress that it is significant that we have chosen to construct a new building aptly named the Centre for Arts and Culture. MacEwan has long been known for its programs in the visual and performing arts, and our graduates have enjoyed impressive careers as artists, designers, musicians, and actors, and have taken leadership roles in the arts community of Edmonton and around the world. Growing on these achievements, this new center, a $153 million structure designed by international architect Bing Tom, will provide additional opportunity for all students, regardless of program, to study in the arts. That this new building will allow for future growth at MacEwan is an added bonus, as MacEwan increasingly becomes an institution of first choice for students. It will accommodate new programs for our students in keeping with our ambition to be best in class as an undergraduate university. It will give us an opportunity to be truly distinctive in the programs that we offer. Our numbers keep growing, but we understand that whatever we do, we cannot do anything that might compromise the sense of community that students find appealing about MacEwan. The center is, though, more than a new building. What is important is what it signals and represents to all of us, to all students, to all faculty. It is about enriching the educational experience for all MacEwan students, of allowing disciplines to blend and thus enrich the already rich learning environment of MacEwan. And of course, it demonstrates Edmonton's support of Edmonton's cultural life and its already vibrant arts community. We all recognize today the importance of science and mathematics, and we pay attention, as we should, to the many professions, to business, to engineering, to medicine, to law, to nursing. They are crucial to our well-being. But sometimes we dismiss the arts as a leisure activity, and in so doing, we overlook something terribly important. That it is the imagination that drives everything we do, and it is where the imagination and creativity intersect that true achievement lies. And this is where the arts, theater, music, painting, sculpture exist. And so, as MacEwan continues to celebrate its commitment to the arts, the extraordinary building we will be constructing, as iconic as the towers which already represent MacEwan, will send a powerful signal about our values and our place in driving the future of our city. But while we must celebrate what the human imagination brings us, we need also to understand that the good life we enjoy results from what we do for one another. The human sciences, represented so well at this convocation, focus very simply on helping the rest of us. As society becomes more complex, as we live longer, as more and more people are in need, and as social breakdown regrettably becomes more common, we need those who will provide the guidance and leadership necessary to find and provide solutions. We need to live in a safe and secure world. And it is you, the graduates of the Faculty of Health and Community Studies, to our nursing students this morning, inspired by the altruism of serving others, that form the background, the bedrock of MacEwan University. To all of you graduating this morning, to all our nursing graduates, we offer our respect, our thanks, and our congratulations. But in saying this, I return to where I started. Universities are institutions of learning, and learning takes many forms, as is so represented today in the two ceremonies for the Faculty of Health and Community Studies. Understanding the truth, they're elusive. And so MacEwan, as a growing and ambitious institution, remains committed to celebrating knowledge in whatever form it takes. You, our graduates, are part of this legacy, regardless of what you have studied. Never be reduced to pedestrian predictability, to the ordinary and to the safe. Listen to your imagination. Look deeply at the world and to its possibilities, for it is here that the true richness of life lies, and the real value of your time at MacEwan takes form. Everyone here wants the very best for you, and we will continue to watch, knowing in that whatever you build in the future, you leave a legacy of MacEwan behind. Congratulations to every one of you, and enjoy this very special day with your family and friends.
Thank you, President Atkinson. I would like to now call upon Dr. John Corlett, Provost and Vice President Academic, to introduce our distinguished citizen and honorary degree recipient. The honorary degree will be conferred by Board Chair Day on the authority of the Board of Governors.
Thanks, Mike. Good morning, everyone. Among MacEwan University's most prestigious honors is the Distinguished Citizen Award. We at MacEwan are fortunate to count among our friends, our colleagues, and our neighbors people with extraordinary dedication and skill who are forces for good and who make a difference. Each year, our Board of Governors recognizes such contributions at Convocation. Our distinguished citizens are people we are proud to have stand before our graduating class as the very best examples of where we stand. And today, we honor the 100th recipient of this award, beginning with Dr. Grant MacEwan himself in 1972 and arriving today with Maureen Collins. Maureen, will you join me at the podium, please? Russian author Fyodor Dostoevsky wrote that to live without hope is to cease to live. For more than 30 years, Maureen Collins has dedicated her professional life to building hope for those whose lives have felt it slip away. Hers has been the road less traveled, the path more difficult to follow, and yet she has never wavered in her passion to find social justice in our system of criminal justice. Maureen sat where you, today's graduates, sit today after completing her studies at the University of Toronto. She began her professional life teaching high school before taking a staff position at the Kingston Penitentiary for Women as social development coordinator. And in 1980, much to our great benefit, she moved to Edmonton, after which she answered a job advertisement for the John Howard Society. 10 years later, she became executive director of the Edmonton John Howard Society, and that is where we find her today still, as passionate as ever, leading her staff of 100 and her 60 volunteers who each day take on the challenging and vital job of helping all of us come to grips with the consequences of crime in our society. While many of us are familiar with the advocacy work the John Howard Society does on behalf of criminal justice reform and the direct support the Society offers youth and adults who have been in conflict with the law, Maureen's leadership has expanded our thinking in Edmonton about the root causes of crime. She has planted and nurtured the seeds of groundbreaking initiatives that support immigrant women and their families, that prevent family violence, that assist victims of crime in their interactions with the courts, that offer employment services for youth and adults, and through the remarkable Restart program that assists youth before they come into conflict with the law. For Maureen, the work of the John Howard Society is done for all of us, not only those whose lives have detoured through the criminal justice system. In her 2006 book, Responding to Diversity, she wrote about seeking transformational change in our organizations and our community. In her words, it is about learning, sharing, respecting, supporting, about doing with, and about reciprocity. It is about a just approach to working with individuals, families, and community groups. It is about justice. And it is also about the hope of which I spoke earlier. Again, in her words, when you find someone who has been in prison and that person finds meaningful employment, you can see it in their face. It is night and day. They look like a different person. There is something in their eye, a sparkle, and a spring in their step. People who find work after being in contact with the justice system are incredibly proud and simply transformed. Maureen has been a role model for the transformation, not just of what we Edmontonians do, but about how we think about the truly important issues that affect our city. She has been a great friend of MacEwan University and its faculty and its students, and we at MacEwan are grateful for Maureen for all you have done to help MacEwan mature as a university and to help Edmonton become a more just and compassionate city, to become a place where all of our citizens can achieve their full potential wherever their life paths may have taken them. We are privileged to award you this year's Distinguished Citizen Award. Congratulations.
I take great pleasure in uttering the following words, Maureen. By the powers vested in me by the Province of Alberta and the Board of Governors of MacEwan University, I hereby confer upon Maureen Collins the degree of Bachelor of Arts honoris causa.
Well, good morning. I was told I might be manhandled a bit when I was being conferred, but it was really very gentle and kind. So thank you, Michael. It's a great honor. It's a bit overwhelming, but I would like to, first of all, say good morning to all, and I'm thrilled to be here. Mr. President, Mr. Board Chair, members of the Board of Governors who are here this morning, distinguished faculty, graduating students, wow, you looked impressive coming in, proud parents, family members, guests, friends. It's interesting about graduation day. It's all about the graduates, but you have to wait last. So I look forward to watching each and every one of you come across the stage and receive today the recognition, the formal recognition of the things that you have worked so hard to attain. So my remarks will be relatively brief, but to the 2014 graduates from MacEwan University who today will receive the Bachelor of Science in Nursing degree, I want to offer sincere congratulations, warm appreciation, and heartfelt gratitude from all of us assembled here today. And you are an impressive assembly. Take pride in your accomplishment. Pause. Relish this moment. There will be other moments, many other moments, but be in this moment today, this morning. Pause for a second to acknowledge those people sitting beside you. I expect you know each other a little bit, or maybe a lot for some of you, but extend that warm smile, give each other a tiny little fist pump, maybe a handshake, or maybe a simple pat on the back for a job well done. For all of you understand the hard work, the long, long hours, the stress of those exams, and I expect the practicums, the financial burden, the personal sacrifices that you and almost assuredly your family have made on your behalf that bring you to your seat in the Winspear Auditorium today. This is really a remarkable day for all of you. Make no mistake, it's a landmark achievement. And we in this assembly, and it was referenced earlier by the President, are so proud of you and grateful to you for having chosen, intentionally chosen, service to others rather than to self as your career path. It is my very great honor to share a few remarks with you on this special day. As mentioned by John, I have been closely associated with MacEwan since the early 80s. I moved here from Ontario in '77 to spend a couple of years and get a change of scenery. And all these many years later, this is my home, and I'm proud to be an Edmontonian. And I have always held this institution in high regard. I've had the privilege of teaching for MacEwan, lecturing in various classes from time to time on issues related to the diversity work I did and transformational change and topics like ethics and so forth, and serving on advisory boards to help guide faculty from the community perspective in terms of program development. And it was and is always an honor to be asked to do those things. In my previous workplace, and I have to confess, in the program, it does tell you that I retired at the end of June last year, but my work life was largely with the Edmonton John Howard Society for 33 years, in fact. And we welcomed over the years many, many amazing MacEwan students from a whole host of faculties into our agency as practicum students. And I can't tell you the value that students with their enthusiasm bring into a workplace. It is really our good fortune to have had so many excellent, excellent practicum students. And any one of my colleagues, I know Liz O'Neill was here yesterday with Big Brothers Big Sisters, but any one of our colleagues from community agencies would say the same about their experience, a positive experience almost always, with students from MacEwan. And what's exciting for me is we now see these graduates as our colleagues and professionals doing absolutely exemplary work in this community. Not everyone stays here and they're doing work all over the place, but it is remarkable to see the number of graduates from this institution who are now very often serving in leadership roles and mentoring others. Leadership is within all of us, and we do it in different ways. It's not conferred by a title. It's leadership that you take on. And I have seen so many graduates from this institution doing exemplary work. I will date myself a little bit by telling you when I graduated. It was 1969 from the University of Toronto, and coincidentally, I have to attach the story to it. That was the same year that Neil Armstrong became the first man to walk on the moon. And he gave a very famous quote that I'm sure most of you or all of you have heard and read. This is one small step for man and one giant leap for mankind. And indeed, when we think about it, to me, no time has changed, but I've got a few gray hairs to say that perhaps a little bit of time has passed. But much has changed in the world since that famous moonwalk in 1969. Especially with respect to career opportunities, and I'm thinking now of women specifically. In '69, it seemed that women had fewer career choices that were apparent to us. It seemed that teaching, nursing, secretary, and wife were all on the table. And at that time, many people did marry immediately after high school and took on a role of wife, mother, and homemaker. But others who pursued careers outside of the home were not readily accommodated back into the workforce once they married, started family, had their children. It was a challenge. And men were also bound by societal norms with respect to their career choices, and those might well have precluded a career in nursing. This is not so today. Fortunately, I think for both men and women, things have changed. Not perfect, but things have changed. And all of you, the graduates in this class of 2014, have sought out this demanding and very rewarding profession. With all the options and possibilities open to you, you bring your passion, your heart, your integrity, your knowledge, your patience, your determination, and your dedication to serving those who are ill and who are very, very often at the most vulnerable point in their lives. And you are called upon to support not only the patient in the hospital, but their loved ones, their family members, who are striving to cope in what is most often a very, very foreign environment. The late Maya Angelou once said to a group of nurses about their patients, "They may forget your name, but they'll never forget how you made them feel." Truly words to live by. Each one of you has the ability to help influence positive change in people's lives. Who knows what changes you might inspire simply by taking time out of your very busy day, not only to talk about your patient's health care and prognosis, but also to talk to them about their goals, their aspirations. You can make a patient's life better simply by the fact that you have been part of it. Not long ago, I recently saw from very grateful patients and their families a nursing station in a post-cancer surgical ward, and the notes were truly amazing. These were expressions of gratitude to those caring nurses who had provided care and support, and the messages were absolutely heartfelt. Your growth and development in your chosen profession are limited only by your desire and your will. Every day will present new challenges and give you the opportunity to overcome them. Some challenges on some days will no doubt make you question why you chose this particular profession. We all have those days, don't worry about it. But carry the philosophy of care and hold tight to the reason you chose this profession close to your heart at all times. There are so many options open to you in this wonderful field. Never be afraid to take a risk and try something new. There are countless ways you can apply your knowledge, and probably already have, whether it's in a pediatrics unit, neonatal, the busyness of an emergency ward, geriatric or palliative care, international development work, research and policy development, or in administration, or maybe a combination of many of those and others. Take risks, but stay true to yourself. Be passionate and love the area of work that you find yourself in and that you choose for yourself. Life is far, far too short to not pursue those things that matter most to you. And finally, I was hesitant about this, but I am going to add the famous work-life balance that we all hear so much about. As a caregiver, as a helper, you must practice your own self-care. You need to be a well-balanced person emotionally, physically, spiritually, and intellectually in order to bring your very best self in caring for your patients. And sometimes, hard as it is, and with so many demands on your time and your life, you need to say no, and that's okay. It's hard, but it's necessary, as you are in a very demanding and often very, very stressful work environment. Use humor. It's important. We all know a little about the humor in the medical field, those jokes that can only be shared and understood by you and your colleagues. So you know what they are. I don't have to tell you. I'm not privy to that, but I did live with a couple of nurses when I was graduating myself, so I heard some of them. Use your support system, and if possible, find a mentor. Find that person. You don't have to call them a mentor, but lean on that person's wisdom and lived experience whenever you need to. And they don't have to be in your own field. That's not the important part. It's just that trusted person that you can go to for guidance and wisdom if you want to. And of course, go to your family, your professors. The door is always open. We've heard that. Colleagues, friends, partners, and loved ones. They are here for you today. They are so very, very proud of you. They will continue to be there for you as you embark on your professional journey and move on to the next chapter in your lifelong learning. I'm going to close with a quote from Patch Adams. He is that famous physician and clown. And Patch's advice is spread joy and chase your wildest dreams. Kudos to you, the graduating class of 2014. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Collins, for asking our grads to appreciate this special moment, this significant step in the journey of service to others. I would like to now invite Dr. Corlett, along with Mr. Chris Hancock, Academic Governance Council Vice Chair, to their respective podiums for the presentation of graduands and the conferring of credentials.
On behalf of the faculties and schools of MacEwan University, I present these graduands and those named in the Convocation program who are not able to be with us today. I ask that they be pledged and admitted to the MacEwan University degrees, applied degrees, diplomas, and certificates which they have earned. Graduands, if you're able, will you please rise?
Graduands, I'd like to ask you now to join in the MacEwan University Graduate Pledge. So this pledge is not an oath, but an expression of purpose for which we would hope you would respond with, I will. So, nursing graduates, will you pledge yourself to use the knowledge, experience, and skills you've gained at MacEwan University to serve your community and the world faithfully? Excellent. So by the virtue of the authority vested in me by the province of Alberta, and upon the recommendation of MacEwan University's Academic Governance Council, I admit to you the degree, applied degree, diploma, or certificate to which you're entitled. So I'm assuming that's a degree. And invest in you all the rights and privileges, powers and responsibilities pertaining to this credential. I now bestow upon you this credential as a solemn trust to transform, engage, and improve the world, and from this day forth to teach and learn from others, so that through your learnings we all may flourish. Thank you very much. You may be seated.
Thank you, Dr. Corlett and AGC Vice Chair Hancock. Our marshals will now usher the graduates to the stage. We welcome back the MacEwan University Jazz Band as graduates are being assembled.
That old black magic has me in its spell. That old black magic that weaves so well. Those icy fingers up and down my spine. The same old witchcraft when your eyes meet mine. The same old tingle that I feel inside. And when that elevator starts its ride, down and down I go, round and round I go, like a leaf that's caught in the tide. I should stay away, but what can I do? I hear your name and I'm aflame with such a burning desire that only a kiss can put out the fire. For you're the lover I have waited for, the maid that fate had me created for. And every time your lips meet mine, darling, down and down I go, round and round I go, in a spin, loving that spin I'm in. I'm under that old black magic of love. under that old black magical love, under that old black magical love, under that old black magic. Got me spinning, spinning and spinning around like an elevator going down in that old black magic.
Let's have a round of applause for our jazz band. We will now commence with the individual presentation of our graduates. We would like to remind you that if you wish to take photos of your graduate, please come to the area at the right of the stage as we approach your graduate's name and the program. An usher will assist you to ensure the smooth flow of people in and out of this area. With the exception of those taking photos, we ask that you remain seated during the presentation out of respect for all the graduates and their families. Offering congratulations to each graduate, our board chair, John Day, AGC Vice Chair, Chris Hancock, Provost and Vice President Academic, Dr. Corlett, the Faculty Dean and Program Chair. President David Atkinson will present each graduate with their credential on stage. He will be assisted by Associate Registrars Mr. Tony Norrad and Ms. Frances Billingsley. Offstage to your right is Mr. Greg Monroe, alumnus of MacEwan University. Mr. Monroe will present each graduate with a gift on behalf of the MacEwan University Advisory Council. I would ask graduates to return to their seats after receiving their credentials. And now, I call upon Sharon Buchhalter, Dean of the Faculty of Health and Community Studies, to present graduates.
Good morning. The Faculty of Health and Community Studies is committed to preparing graduates for professional human service practice. Our aim is to enhance the health, safety, and well-being of our communities. At yesterday afternoon and today's ceremonies, we will be recognizing 838 graduates representing 23 programs in health and community studies. This morning, as you all well know, we acknowledge the achievements of graduates in the Bachelor of Science in Nursing degree program. And so, it is with great pleasure that as Dean and a registered nurse of 36 years, I present to you the following candidates for degrees in the Faculty of Health and Community Studies. To welcome to the stage and present our graduates of the BSCN program, please give a warm welcome to Program Chair, a very proud Program Chair, Janice Sadonic.
Toyin Esther Adekola. Megan Elizabeth Alexander. Holly Michelle Lee Amundsen. Kaylee O'Neill Andres. Carrie Lynn Andrechuk with distinction. Michelle Rose Andringa. Monique Cleo Anino.
Candace Christy Arrieta. Sarah Heather Arth. Mary Grace Dahau Asagra. Rachel Jordan Aska. Melissa Linnell Atkinson. Samrawit Wadajo Ayano. Tiffany Amanda Bagnario. Brittany Ariel Baker. Kayla Marie Barron.
Alessandra Alicia Pereira. Sarah Marie Barton. Rain Panano Bautista. Haley Marie Beauregard. Chantel Gentina Bellou. Emily Dawn Bellier. Jessica Ann Billingsley. Chantel Kathleen Blaine. Courtney Wynne Blake.
Nathalie Thérèse Blanchette. Mary Boateng. Lisanne André Boulet with distinction. Katie Nellie Broda with distinction. Markayla Lee Brown. Kaylee Ann Brownbridge. Karen May Burchette. Tamara Lynn Bildsma. Darielle Jolie Calvert. Christine Marie Campbell.
Sarah Wadia Cardinal. Jody Elizabeth Carlson. Corey Marie Carnegie. Abelardo Castor Celeste. Barbara Grace Charlebois. Shivani Chauhan. Jelisa Michelle Chenard, with distinction. Pamela Tui Ping Chow. Yun Hui Chung.
Hannah Louise Clemenson. Maria Susan Clonferro. Carrie Lynn Ashley Collins. Maria Leilani Garcia Conti. Nicole Marie Couchain. Christine S. Crake. Maria Clarissa de Guzman. Marie Elizabeth DeCant. Alyssa Marguerite de Jong.
Amber Maria Beatrice Delaney. Amanda Lynn Dembicki with distinction. Jessica Ann Deralanka. Leanne Nicole Dion. Mariana Elizabeth Drodge. Amelia Adele Edwards. Brianna Ann Egloff. Shayla Michelle Engberg. Caitlin Rena Evans Davies. Kelly Michelle Iwacha.
Danae Lindsay Fagan. Allison Teresa Faley. Janelle Yvonne Ferrance with distinction. Christina Elizabeth Flynn. Marie Mei Yi Fong. Rebecca Lynn Foster. Danielle Jean Francoeur with distinction. Marcianne Michelle Gadika. Michael Anthony D. Gerler.
Melissa Paulina Galbraith. Sherimi Amper Ganir. Michelle Rose Gerdis. Sadaf Ghulam Nabi. Heather Ann Gibson. Jillian Josette Glasser. Kelsey Lynn Glubis. Savannah Anastasia Gowalko. Mary Lou Urhel Graffi.
Katie Grant. Jessie Catherine Emma Greep. Daniel Leighton Grimson. Jenna Evelyn Gunn. Andrea Leah Hawes. Katrina Marie Haight. Jennifer Kate Hamilton. Stephen Andrew Harkema. Megan Lindsay Harris. Kimberly Ann Hemsley.
Danielle Cara Hennessy. Catherine Elizabeth Hebert. Jennifer Ann Hoffmeister. Stina Hyun. Evelyn Ahoniminwen Idusuyi. Carolyn Joyce Ihara, with distinction.
Anzal Nur Jailani. Karima Rahim Jivraj. Bij Jogia de Mello. Alicia Sue Johnson. Adrienne Donna Jones. Sihai Abraha Kafel. Taylor Janelle Cassian. Cindy Lynn Keddy. Naveen Kaur Kabra. Elizabeth Jane Chelboten.
Courtney Gale Klotz. Cassandra Elisa Kobes. Melissa Frances Coleman. Erin Dawn Kushnerek. Irene Mutoni Kwagala. Cynthia Becky Kwong. Leanne Curran Lachowski. Kyla Dawn Lang. Shayla Dawn Lannon. Tyler Lamar Nathan Lane Linton.
Tan Ti Hong Lee. Brittany Dawn Lee. Eva Marie Elizabeth Lemma. Evelyn Lisette Linares. Carmen Elena Linares. Rebecca Joy Litwin. Taylor Ashley Livingston. Corey Marie Longo. Leisha Marie Pauline Lonsbury.
Tia Lynn Lucia Antonio. Emily Lynn Marcinak. Cindy Dawn Martin. Tamra Ann Francis Mason. Elisa Christine MacEwan, with distinction. Elise Marie McLean. Carly Jade McKetty. Hyliab Tola Mieso. Samantha Ann Milne. Sean David Mopus.
Katie Lynn Mortensen. Megan Jean Muir. Amy Lynn Nagum. Melissa Ann Nichols. Franklin Ndubuisi Njieju. Abiyeyua Abarogedo. Molly Marie O'Hara.
Sokun Om. Kristen Lee Kayla O'Neill. Therese Jenny Osbalderson. Candace Jane Ott. Johanna Charlotte Auerkirk. Wendy Abba Owu. Rochelle Lynn Parker. Michaela Joelle Parks.
Courtney Blair Pollock with distinction. Holly Aspen Pelton. Tracy Lee Ann Peterson. Diana Emeliza Naval Paxijo. Melinda Hausurn Pond. Ashley Valentina Ponciano. Meredith Porter. Anna Marie Prey.
Amy Ray Price. Hannah Lynn Rakels. Jody Lynn Renee Rask. Sarah Dawn Rayner. Kayla Marie Renier. Sarah Elaine Rose. Samantha Lynn Myrna Rosenberger. Jamie Marie Rumsey. Kirsten Hedy Sarti. Kelsey Roxanne Schlamp. Aaron Adrian Schuring, with distinction.
Kimberly Ann Scragg, with distinction. Juan Rodrigo Serrano. Beth Pollyanna Shannon. Marissa Patricia Lynn Shapka, with distinction. Deborah Lynn Shiozaki. Ashley Marie Schroed. Jacqueline Dawn Schwager. Amandeep Kaur Sidhu. Talvir Kaur Sidhu. Taylor Leanne Syard.
Erica Ann Celeste Skinner. Olivia Lynn Smallwood. Heather Lynette Smith. Jordan Maxine Smith. Caitlin Alexandra Smook. Ashley Bianca Sneath. Caleb Williams Stark. Shauna Denise Stewart. Vanessa Christine St. Jean. Carmen Dawn Tanner. Kent David Tetz. Jamie Lee Thomas.
Amanda Louise Tkachenko. Melissa Rose Tapola. Sarah Ann Truckstad. Jessica Nadine Unterschultz. Lauren Alexandra Versluz. Joanne Grace Layson Villaluna. Excuse me, my apologies. Valerie Lynn Valliere. Parpreet Kaur Virk. Taylor Jacqueline Wallace.
Justine Marie Scarlett Wanke. Brianna Victoria Ward. Shauna Weber. Meredith Ann Weiser with distinction. Arlene Carla Wheeler. Jody Michelle Denise Whitaker. Juliet Catherine Williams. Cecilia Dawn Wolfe. Amy Louise Zaechuk. Jennifer Yvonne Marie Zaechuk. Pei Zhao. And lastly, Drew Michaela Chapman Zerba.
We now recognize those candidates from the Faculty of Health and Community Studies who are unable to be present today, but whose names are listed in the program. So thank you and congratulations all.
Thank you, Dean Buchhalter. This concludes the presentation of our graduates. Please join me now in acknowledging our graduating class of 2014! Wow, that was living in the moment. Now, we'll be moving on to the presentation of student awards. At this time, I would like to call upon President Atkinson to present the MacEwan Medal of Academic Excellence.
All of you people who threw your hats in the air, if you can't find them, you pay for them. The MacEwan Medal of Academic Excellence is awarded to graduates who have achieved a graduation grade point average of at least 3.7, but who in every other respect distinguish themselves by their academic achievement. We award one MacEwan Medal per Convocation ceremony. This is a most distinguished award. And the recipient of this year's MacEwan Medal is Aaron Schuring, a graduate of the Bachelor of Science in Nursing program.
Thank you, President Atkinson. Let's have another round of applause for our student award winner. I would like to now ask Mr. Braden Arth of the Alumni Advisory Council to provide a welcome to you, our newest members of the university alumni family.
There we go. Well, good morning, everyone, even though it's now past noon. It's a big convocation. On behalf of the Alumni Relations and Services, I want to be the first, I can't be the first to congratulate you, but I want to be the first to fist pump you, as Maureen had outlined earlier in her speech. I look around, I've had the privilege of doing this alumni welcome for about 2-3 years now, and this program never fails. You guys always come out, you're very proud, passionate about your program. You should be. You've worked very hard to get to this point. You've dedicated time, efforts, financial investment. You've always run at a high level of stress throughout the last 4 years and more. You should be here. This is the apex of your time at MacEwan. Congratulations. I would also like to take this opportunity to welcome you to now the alumni. You are now part of a community of over 50,000 alumni who have graduated before you, whether they're in Edmonton, rural Alberta, or around the world. graduates of MacEwan University continue to make an impact in their communities and in their working lives. Each and every day, graduates just like you are bringing knowledge to life. Now, it's a very exceptionally exciting day for myself. My wife is part of this graduating convocation, so I know it's very exciting for me and my family as well. Everyone's here. Hi, Mom. So, we know each of your paths will be as unique as you are, but the one thing that will always connect you is your relationships with the university and the friendships you made along the way. I'm sure as you look around you today, you realize that you have made some very special and lifelong friends. And personal experiences, I can say, over the last 4, 5, 6 years, I've heard stories about this convocating class, and I think everyone in this room can recognize that it takes a very special person to do what you've done and what you're about to do. So we want to thank you. Society wants to thank you. While we're here to celebrate the milestone with you, we are also here to celebrate your life accomplishments. We want to hear from you 2, 4, and even 10 years from now, so we can share your stories with other alumni, faculty, and students. As you move through the next phase in your careers in life, we hope you take a little bit of us with you, and remember, you always have a family at MacEwan. Take the day. I know it's a bit of a blur. This whole day went by fast. I know some family and friends that may have taken a little bit longer, but at the end of your procession here, you got a pin from the alumni. At the end of the day today, you might say, who was that guy who gave the speech? But just remember, MacEwan University has an alumni program, and we encourage you to come back. Periodically, come back. We have alumni programs. You're part of the MacEwan family, so we want to see you again. Congratulations again, and we wish you the very best in your future endeavors, and hope you will use the alumni office to stay in touch with your MacEwan family as you move on. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Arth. This brings us to the closing moments of our ceremony, and at this time, I would like to thank all of the MacEwan University volunteers, faculty, and staff who helped make today possible. We invite all of our alumni to join the alumni celebration, which is taking place in the white tent located in front of the wind spear. And now, I would like to ask our board chair, John Day, to close convocation.
Thank you again, Mike. Congratulations to each of our graduates. Remember our motto, Descendo Floremus, through learning we flourish. I'd now like to invite all graduates to express their appreciation for the people that have supported them so much during their educational journey. Could I ask the faculty members to rise, please? Graduates, a round of applause. Now, I'd like to ask the family and friends of our graduates to please rise. Family and friends? Graduates, a round of applause. And now, in turn, I'd like to invite our audience, faculty, and staff to join me in congratulating one last time the class of 2014. So I ask that you remain standing during the recessional and wait until the graduates have left the performance theater. Mace Bearer, University Registrar, will you please lead the recessional? I declare this convocation closed. Thank you.